Welcome back. And don't miss my guest. If you tuned in late, Anthony Griffin. And he trains people to be able to be confident and express themselves. And whether you're a high school student, a college student, somebody in business, whatever, these skills will help you go through the rest of your life.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I have two teenagers of my own, an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I definitely see the value in completing that book and doing the exercises in that book, because there are so many things that teenagers need to know that they don't learn in school. And that book will take a teenager through 52 weeks of things, really examining themselves and helping them have more exposure to mature thoughts that prepare them for adulthood. So if you have teenagers and the holidays are coming around, it would be a great stocking stuffer.
This is a great little stocking stuffer, and it's a paperback, and it's got common sense ideas. I think a lot of people are held back in whatever field they want to go into because they don't feel confident. It's one thing to project yourself with dignity and honesty, and it's another thing to be arrogant.
Right.
And that turns people off.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in the 7 skills of a life-changing speaker class, I really help people understand that it's okay to be confident. Some people come into the class thinking that it's not okay to be confident, but teaching them it's okay to be confident, and then how do you exercise that confidence in a balanced way in front of your audience. Sometimes they want you to be strong. It depends on the content. It depends on what you're talking about. Depends on who the audience is as well. How many people are in the audience. All of these things you have to take into consideration when you're speaking to them. But you definitely have to have a minimum level of confidence so that they believe what you're talking about and they believe that you understand and believe it yourself. Not just for telling it to them, but that you believe it for yourself.
Now you right now you teach people.
Yes.
That's your God-given gift.
Yes.
To teach people to present themselves.
Yes.
And help them in school, in business, whatever their chosen field is.
Yep. I think that's, teaching is the manifestation of what God has put in my heart to really help people reach the potential that He has given them. So I don't call myself a speaker or a motivational speaker because I'm not satisfied with talking to a group of people and then walking away. My intent, my purpose is to help them go through the process of change so that they can see that who they were yesterday is not who they are today and still is not who they intend to be tomorrow, because I'm fascinated with how God has made us and the capabilities that He has given us, and I want to help people really realize that, because God has so much for each of us in each of our individual lives.
Now, Anthony, this book is available. How can somebody get it's a paperback, so it's obviously not a very expensive book.
It's not expensive.
It'd be a great gift for anybody.
It's a great gift, especially during this time of year, because it's 52 weeks and they're not dated, but they do align with the calendar year. However, it's a very subtle alignment. So if you started in August, it will still make sense. But if you started in January 1st, it will make even more sense to you. So if you are starting to think about your 2019 and you want something that's really going to help you reach those goals that you are setting, the things that you didn't accomplish this year, you want to try to get them accomplished in 2019, I think Best Monday Inspiration will be a great tool for people to carry with them and help you align your daily thought process to make sure that you are taking the steps that you need to take.
Now, we do have a website, and I want to be sure that we put it up so people can find out more from Anthony. Now, you do classes and you go out and speak to groups.
Yes, I do classes in Atlanta, and the primary class that really is most dear to my heart that I do is the life-changing speaker class.
Life-changing speaker class.
Yes, life-changing speaker, and there's information online. It's lifechangspeaker.net, and you can go there, you can see classes, and there's also a Facebook page that has information as well. But the lifechangingspeaker.net is where you can go to get information about the 7 skills of a life-changing speaker class, and you can sign up for that class, and you can also be put on the waiting list so that when the next class is available for you to join, you can sign up for the class and we'll make it available. And right now, it's a classroom-based training, so you do
have to be in Atlanta to take the course, right?
Yes, you have to be in Atlanta, and it's an 8-week training. It's once a week, 3 hours a week. And if you remember when I talked about previously, there's a progression that you go through for training to go from information to actually being able to do. The class is really set around that paradigm to where you're not going to be just coming to the class listening to me talk about public speaking. You're going to be standing up, giving speeches and writing speeches. Each class you'll probably write and deliver at least 3 or 4 speeches. Okay. So throughout the 8-week process, you're doing more than 20 speeches, and then there's a graduation ceremony where you can invite your family and friends, do the speech, do your graduation speech, and see the work that you've done.
All right, now for those people who are not in the Atlanta area, but would like to be able to avail themselves of, it's one thing to be able to speak confidently without arrogance. That turns people off.
Yes.
So you want to be able to know what you're talking about and present yourself in a nice way, but not an arrogant way.
Exactly. And I think if you are really presenting yourself on behalf of the improvement of the people that you're talking about, that will remove the tendency to be arrogant. Because if you're being arrogant, it's about you. But what I'm teaching in the class is your primary responsibility for speaking to the audience is to help them improve their lives according to how God has created them as human beings. And if that's your motive, you will come across with a very well-balanced level of confidence and compassion for the people that you're talking to.
And I'm thinking what a wonderful inspiration this would be for a young person.
Yes.
To have this book.
Yes, I definitely agree. A young person, if we can get a young person to spend an entire year doing introspective work and really examining who they are, how they're thinking, and then create this paradigm of, I want to be the best person that I can be. And then actually making your daily decisions based on that paradigm. That's another component of the book. It's really helping you say, here's an idea of what the best thing looks like in this particular situation. And instead of just reacting or responding to situations with whatever first comes to mind, it helps you step back and say, what is a better way for me to approach this situation? Let me stop and think and see what is the best way I can interject myself, my thoughts, my behaviors, my belief system into this situation to make it better for the people that I'm involved with, and then ultimately make the world a better place.
This really fascinates me. Best Monday inspiration. And I think anybody would benefit from it. It doesn't matter what field you're in or anything else, but I'm thinking particularly of young people.
Yes.
If you have somebody going off to college or somebody in high school, and it's okay to dream, but then you plan your dream, but then you've got to work for it.
You've got to work for it. And there's a week in there specifically about dreams, and it will give you an opportunity to take a week and in a very simple inspiration actions, write some components about your dream. Write some simple steps that you can do this week to start making your dreams come true. If it's a new dream or if it's a dream that's been on the shelf for years, let's take some simple steps this week and do those, commit to those, make sure there are things that you can do in 7 days, and then once you get those done, you're going to write about them in the book, and then you're going to be able to come back and say, wow, I took steps towards achieving my dream this week. And then, of course, guess what that does? It gives you energy to go into the next week. And you keep having that energy week after week, and it becomes almost like a very positive snowball because you're doing this for 52 weeks, and then you get that energy week by week by week by completing the things that you've done.
Anthony Griffin. I like this. Project yourself.
Yes.
Best Monday inspiration. And this is available.
It's available at bestmondayinspiration.com.
Okay.
And you can go directly to amazon.com,
Okay.
barnesandnoble.com. It's available on many different
All right.
online retailers,
Okay.
but amazon.com and barnesandnoble.com are the two most popular ones that I direct people
Yeah,
to.
this would make a great gift for anybody, especially for a young person.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes we just hang back because we're afraid.
Yeah.
We're afraid to take that step.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing that's interjected in the book is I'm a certified brain health coach as well through Dr. Amen, and you may be familiar with him. So I've taken an opportunity to address what people are thinking in their minds and how their brains are working regarding fear and the types of things that really keep a person from taking those challenging steps to move forward, and interweaving that into the book and making it simple enough so that hopefully the fear doesn't outweigh the simplicity of the actions that they're being asked to take, and also they're being asked to take actions that they define. So it's not so much the book is saying do A, B, and C. The book is saying, what do you want? What's important to you? What are your dreams? Okay, now let's look at some very easy things that you can start doing that you're not afraid of, that you won't be afraid of, whether it's time, whether it's resources, whether it's what people think or feel. You can actually take the time to do those steps in the week and see some progress.
You're my kind of guy. I like this. This is wonderful, and it's something that would be easy. It's a great little gift,
Yes.
especially if you have somebody heading off to college, or maybe somebody taking a new job.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you want to do the best job you can do, whatever it is.
Exactly. You want to do the best job you can do. You want to be the best family participant that you can be. You want to be the best employer. You want to be in whatever relationships you're in. You want to have this mindset. How can I use what God has given me and has put in me to actually give that back in the best way to impact the lives of the people around me?
Bless you. You've inspired me. Thank you very much, Anthony Griffin. And I've got the information here if you didn't get it. And this is a great inspiration. Thank you for
Penny.
coming
Thank
and
you.
sharing with us.
Thank you, Peggy.
And wherever you are, find out what your dreams are and aim for them. We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but it's worth it.